I think we're live already.
Oh. Well, guys, welcome back to our episode 5,
Episode 5,
chapter 4, book review.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, A for consistency.
Yeah.
No A in it, but we're doing it.
So, chapter 4.
What do you want to start? You want to start
Well,
recapping
let's
our
start
week?
with
Or...
yes. We'll start off. But chapter 4 is called "The Keys to the Kingdom." Just so
Yes.
you're aware, it's a cool title. But yeah, tell me about your weekend. It was a pretty fun.
Yeah, we had an
festive
eventful weekend. It was
weekend.
Kitty's Caravana here in
Get
Toronto,
ready to wine.
and our kids were playing in it. That was super fun and cute.
Yeah.
And then on the Sunday we went fishing.
We went fishing.
A
That was
free
the first
fishing
time.
class. And
My daughter caught
yes.
2 fish.
The only
Not
one.
but 2 fish my daughter caught. So that was that was a fun experience.
It was pretty cool. And I could see why people want to do it. It's so calming.
Yeah.
It was very calming. So I would look into getting my license. It's crazy though how much money you have to spend for all these things that are free other places in the world.
It's free to fish everywhere else.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
Well, or maybe there's no regulations that are really I think they just have seasons of when you can, but
well, yeah, but it's nice. We did a catch and release. We didn't.
Yes.
Maybe some were harmed, but we didn't take any home.
I like how they position it like they're not harmed after they swallow the whole hook.
Yeah.
See, any animal
brighter
fads, don't do that. So yeah, how about you? How did you enjoy the weekend?
Yeah, it was good. That was a fun week. We also had some homework from last week. So my homework was to contact my credit card company to see if I can get a lower interest rate. So I did wait until the last minute, and I called almost not too long ago, and I called to see if I could get a thing, and the office was closed, but they did tell me that I could switch my credit card over to a 12 point something % interest rate rather than 29. So that's encouraging, considering this whole time I've been paying so much, and I stopped using my credit card altogether, and the interest is taking away, and I all with one phone call, at least I know, hopefully I can get it lower when I talk to somebody, but that's already a lower, that's a win for me so far. So
yeah, so I gotta do the same. I did, however, open up a high interest savings account with Equitable Bank. Yeah, I know.
And I'm
So look
large.
larger. With Equitable Bank, so I think their high interest rate is 3.5.
Equitable Bank. We had our mortgage with them first.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. So a lot of these banks have high interest rates for the first 3 to 5 months, and then it goes down lower. Whereas Equitable Bank said it's 3.5 consistently. So I said I'll just open with them. So I opened the account. I have yet to transfer any money in it though. So we started.
That's good. If anyone's looking to donate, you can donate inside her fund saving account.
That would be lovely. That is so funny. All right, so let's get into chapter 4. A pretty jam-packed book, considering like comparison to the other chapters. Would you say?
Yes.
But
didn't you do some kind of homework too? Also,
what?
I don't know. You said you did something.
Yeah, I did the
Sorry, guys. Okay.
So I did a little extracurricular activities before filming. Yes, so now we're diving into things. So how'd you find this chapter?
I found it interesting. It was talking about stocks and bonds, and I don't know if it's because we're Canadian. Some of the stuff was kind of going over my head.
Yeah, a lot of stuff are not applicable to us.
I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. It's either I don't know about it or it's not applicable. I really don't know which one of the two. So at the end, he did mention like if this might be a lot, like, if you need to read this chapter again, and that's probably a chapter I would need to read again because it was a lot of good information,
Yeah.
but to actually like process it.
So I'll just briefly do a recap, and then we could speak more about it. So the book opens up with a person named Bashir who had an investment opportunity. He's at a good financial standing, like a safe financial standing where he had money where he could invest. And one of his frat brothers came up with the opportunity to invest in his food truck that had already been doing well. And so the investment was he had to put in 125,000 to get 25% equity. And what was cool is that he did that with 5 other people. So they all put in 25,000 for 5%. And it was a risk, but
did it
turned
pay
out-
off?
It did.
It did.
In this case, it did. So that was that. It started off with that, and then why to invest, short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. So I like how they broke it down in terms of what short-term goals are.
Yeah.
So short-term goals is whether it's a car, vacation, wedding, something within 2 years. So something that will give you quick turnaround. And then there's medium-term investment goals, which is savings for a down payment, kids college fund, money to start a business. And this is for 3 to 6 years. And then there's long-term investments, which is generational wealth, retirement. And that is, it'll take longer to mature the investment. So 7 or longer, 7 years or longer. So I like that. They broke that down.
Sorry, before we move forward, equity. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, I like how they really broke it down.
Yeah, I like how they broke it down. And I was also just looking for a quick summary of what equity is, if anyone doesn't know. So it's
You hear it a lot, especially
yeah.
when you watch like Dragons, what's the thing?
Shark Tank.
Dragon's Den.
Yeah. So it means you have that much percentage in the company. So for example, 15%. In this case, it was what, 25%
stake in the company.
So he owns 25% of the company and 20% of its value and profit. So whatever they make, 25% is his. So that's what equity is, just to break that down, because I didn't know what it was.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah, the book does a good job at explaining it as well. So we'll get there. And then it talks about Aisha, who earns $45,000 a year, and she has a goal to go to Essence Festival for her 40th birthday. Now, what she did is she started to work a part-time job with DoorDash, and the additional money that she was able to do, she invested in some and put some in a high-interest savings. And she was ultimately able to get to her trip as well. So a lot of these little stories here ended up pretty well.
Yeah, it's pretty encouraging.
Are they real stories?
I don't know.
Are they fictional?
Maybe one day we'll be able to ask Troy and Rashad themselves.
Oh,
I think they're fictional. I think they do say it's fictional.
Yeah,
at some point. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so they talk about that. And then they talk about I like that they highlighted this. You could start as little as $1 with investing. Now, I've never seen something like that. I've never invested $1, but it sounds pretty encouraging. Yes.
They're trying to get you to do something. Something is better than nothing.
Yes. And then they talk about a lot of apps that you can use that are very user-friendly and quick to do, right? So E-Trade, Acorn, Stash, and Coinbase, and Robinhood. Now, I don't think we have access to all of those.
Mommy.
So the kids are here.
Mommy.
Yes.
Mommy.
I don't think we have access to all of these.
Mommy.
Yes.
I need that. Look.
Okay.
All the paper.
Okay.
Okay, I can. You want to go, and I can continue on from here and
Here's
tell
the paper.
Oh.
So yeah, they talk about all these quick user-friendly apps that are quick invest with the drop of a dime. I mean, like as quick as as you would liking something on Instagram. But the issue is here in Canada, I don't think we have access to all these apps. So I know we don't have access to Robinhood. Don't quote me. I feel like I tried it before, but I'm not sure. You know what? I would have to maybe a follow up. I'm not sure, but I don't think we have access to all these apps.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. Right now,
I feel like I've tried
my-
Robinhood and I don't think it's there.
Mommy.
Yeah, you can see, but I know we do have Coinbase.
Yes, we have Coinbase. We have Coinbase. I do all my investing through TD. And sorry to interrupt your regular program, but like and subscribe, as I'm being told to say, like and subscribe.
We've never said it.
So this is our first time saying like and subscribe. Yeah, shows that you're out there. So yes, I do my investing through TD, but it's quite pricey. So I was even thinking just today to ask ChatGPT when or what companies can I get a better rate, because it's like $10 to purchase per purchase. So yeah, I'm looking at trying to lower that also, lower it all.
Yeah, sorry about that. And if I get interrupted, then he's
Same
potty
idea.
training. So
Oh yes.
we have to stop the program to do that. Yeah, it is $10 to buy and sell. And now TD offers fraction shares.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
Yes, I tried it. I have a fraction of a stock. It's Meta. I should just buy the whole stock, but
Yeah, it's very
I
pricey.
have a-
I also opened up a Wealthsimple, which is $4.99 to buy and sell.
Oh,
Half.
do you use it?
I do. I stopped buying from TD.
Really?
I just leave it and I just yeah, and they do the
Yeah.
fraction. They also have it where you can do options. I haven't tried that yet, but
Really? I'm
Yeah.
totally gonna check that out.
download it. It's a pretty thing.
Well,
And then Coinbase,
I like
I
that. I
have
like that a lot.
Coinbase as well. That's where I have purchased my some of my cryptos, like
Yeah.
Litecoin, very small fraction of Bitcoin. But the issue with that Coinbase, I don't know if it's changed. At the time when I wanted to sell Litecoin, this was back in I think 2018 or 19.
Mhm.
The Litecoin went to $500. Yeah. And I wanted to cash out because it said sell. It wasn't offered in Canada.
So what happened to your thing?
I had to leave it there and it went completely down. Now, if you notice or if anyone has crypto, it's been moving oddly, but it has never went back to 500. That was like a
So-
short period. But what someone had told me is that they have little, I don't know if you've ever seen like in the Hasty Market and stuff.
Yes,
They
have
had
those little
those-
shops. Yeah.
I was supposed to go cash it out there.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know
I
that.
bought these things very prematurely. Like just bought it just to have it, but not really knowing.
So, but that's crazy if you can't.
I don't know if it's changed. I'm curious to see. My phone's on the charger, so I'll have to follow up. But I wonder if you can sell now. But at the time, this was 2018, you couldn't sell. It wasn't offered in Canada. You can buy, but you could not sell.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, very silly.
I was not there. I wish I was on that Bitcoin train at that time. I should have.
It was still so expensive, but in comparison to now,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
would have been laughing.
Yeah.
That's something that people should have went half on.
Yeah. For sure. So there was also, I saw something online, which I thought was a pretty genius idea. To your ChatGPT, tell it everything about your finances. If you feel comfortable, this is what they suggested. If you feel comfortable, screenshot your stuff so it can get an idea of your purchases. Say something like, you're the top financial advisor. How would you budget this money? And then it'll give you feedback, and you could constantly tailor that, and it'll tell you.
Wow, where'd you hear that?
I was watching a podcast during work today. And I was like, I definitely want to try that. It's kind
Wow.
of sketch, but it would be very helpful because obviously I'm missing
help,
something.
yeah. I mean, if it's based on people wanting to come and they want to set you up, I think we'll be the perfect candidates with our money for that.
Yeah.
We
No, I don't know if you want
We could
like
showcase her. That's funny. That's interesting.
yeah, so nice
ChatGPT
suggestion.
could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then the book talks about asset allocation, which is something that they're going to be going into next week or next chapter. This was something that I'm interested in learning about. So it's basically, I guess, how to allocate your investments, like in a portfolio, like how to organize your portfolio. That would be the most beneficial for you and your financial goals. So that's something that they just mentioned, but
Yeah.
they're talking about next chapter.
Asset allocation. I like how that sounds.
Yes. And then they talk about a woman named Barbara Hudson, who is a financial therapist and coach.
I didn't know that was a title.
I know.
A financial therapist.
It's a real title, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And then she said that there's 4 stages of wealth: survival, stability, wealth, and affluence. So survival would look like living paycheck to paycheck. Essentially, not really having enough to pay your bills, only really covering the necessities. Stability is a steady income, healthy credit, and ability to pay your bills in full on time. Whether you're paying rent or mortgage, you can comfortably afford it. Your savings are robust and can cover emergency and infrequent expenses without throwing your budget in haywire. So, to be in this category, you've established your emergency fund, or 85 to 90% there. You have a solid retirement. Oh, wait, no.
And
So they're saying if you're in this situation, if you have made it to 85 to 90% emergency fund, you have a solid retirement plan, and you're able to fully reconcile your monthly budgets, then you're able to invest. So based on that criteria, can you invest?
no, but I've been investing, so I'm happy about that. So I am happy about that, even though it's probably not suggested, and I completely understand why
they don't suggest
they
it.
don't suggest it. They say it's like a leaking bucket, because even though you're saving money, it's really not. You're not saving it because you have debts, and especially high paying debts. So it's like, but I'm definitely glad I didn't invest it. It's probably not recommended. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's good
one of
for
those,
me.
yeah.
It's one of those things. For
And
me, it's
then-
important.
It's funny. So in the book they talk about this, but then I was watching just the episode of EYL this week, and Ian was talking about he was asked the question, how much should you be investing? And he said the safe answer is whatever you can afford to. But he said realistically, you should be investing 25% of your paycheck.
Did he say 25 or 20?
25.
Is it 25?
25% of your income, your
only a wise
paycheck.
man will do such a thing.
Yes,
so,
your paycheck, just to beat
Ian.
inflation. So I think, I don't know. Based on this criteria here, the emergency fund, retirement, and monthly bills, I should not be investing, but I do. So I don't know. I don't know what's the best answer.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I totally understand why they do what they do. I hope to get there very soon.
Yes. And then wealth is the stage where you've outgrown suffering from constant fear or worrying about your account balances. And then affluence. An affluent person has the ability to leverage their wealth for things beyond money.
What does that mean?
Influence and power.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you're talking like Jay-Z, Beyonce type money where you could make you make so much money you could call the shots.
Correct. Like
yeah,
Diddy.
that would be nice. Oh, we're not gonna call.
Okay, so based on that, the people that they already discussed, Aisha, who was trying to go to Essence Festival, she's in survival mode, while Bashir, who invested in his friend's company, he's in stability stage. So, what stage are you in?
I would say stability because I do have a steady income, healthy credit, relatively like it's not horrible. It's not. It's also not 800.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
you're hoping for?
I would say I'm in this with stability at this time.
I would say stability for myself as well, but the gotcha part where I'm like, could I be straggling
Gotcha.
survival is that I am living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
But everything else is in stability. I pay my bills in full, like, you know, but
yeah, I'm really excited about reducing the amount of money on my credit card interest. I didn't know that was actually a thing. And all it took was a phone call. It's shocking. But yeah. So stability. So after stability, the next step is wealth. And after the next step after wealth is affluence. So we're only 2 steps away. And we're only 2 steps away, you know, even if you're at survival, you're only 3 steps away. So this is interesting.
yes.
So where were you? Were you on
Yeah, we
wealth?
finished that. No, we finished that. So then the book goes to talk about debt, high interest debt, low interest debt, tax deductible debts. Do we have that? So
Think student loans, businesses, investment loans, and mortgages. This is the best kind of debt we have.
I guess yes, because come tax season we could file for those things.
Yeah.
Okay, so high interest debts would be your credit card. So anything over 10% falls into high interest debts. Low interest debts is anything beneath that. So like line of credits, let's say.
Car note.
Yeah. And then tax deductible debts would be like your mortgage that I think you could file for during tax season. So I like that they highlighted this because in the previous chapter, they talk about the snowball effect for paying off your credit card.
Yeah, starting off with the smallest one.
So start off the smallest one. But now I'm thinking like, I should be tackling the, I don't know. Like before.
I think I should try the snowball.
100%.
I don't know why. So I think that would start. Yeah, I think I should focus on that. But the thing is about that is when you do that, you still have to be able to pay off your minimum payments. And that's difficult when you're living paycheck to paycheck. So
yeah, I don't know.
It's hard, but it's definitely possible. It definitely just means you need to make more money. And I would love to do something like every week I try a new hustle. I think that sounds like a great idea. It would be nice if I actually did it because even if I make $1, I make more than
nothing.
What I've been making for these past few weekends. These past few weekends, we have been spending.
Yes.
And we were going to talk about that also.
Yes. We will
But
get
is now
into
a
that.
good time or no? We want to finish the chapter review. Sorry, we've been chatty.
Yeah, I know today. No, we can. There's nothing wrong with that. So we discovered. I mean, it's not our first time. It's not our first time saying this, but we paid money for our kids to pay in Caravana, okay? Which is our carnival here.
Yes.
And we got a discount. Now, some people still say that's crazy because these kids my son is 2, her daughter is 7, and we're paying with the discount, I paid $85 for his costume. Do you remember how much you paid?
I think it was like $120, maybe $115.
$120 for all of 30 minutes.
Yeah, honestly. It was
Okay.
really...
And then you see all these vendors making money. And it's like, we've always
Like
said,
all kinds of ideas.
and foolishness, and the quality of what they're selling is trash
Yeah.
on top of that.
So let's give some examples of things that we saw being sold, because I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
So we saw food, obviously.
Yes.
There was a Korean, or I don't know if they were Korean, to be honest, but they were selling what are those
The Squid Game
cookies?
Yes, the
And
cookie.
chicken. They were selling chicken, and then they also had the Squid Game cookies where you have to carve it out.
for
for
$6.
$8.
Oh, it was $8.
I think
No, it was $8. It
I
was
think it was
$8.
$8,
It was
yeah.
$8.
And if you did it successfully, if you did it without breaking it, you would win $100. Like, okay, I thought that was pretty good. And let me tell you, all the kids
The
wanted
marketing,
that
yes.
cookie. All of the kids went
Everyone.
and got that cookie. The cookie did not taste good.
Yeah.
I actually I did mind it, but it kind of tastes burnt. It's
Yeah, it's like it's burnt sugar basically.
yeah, because So yeah, that was one idea. Food,
Food and the
Jamaican cooked food,
And it's
patties.
only one type of food. No vegetarian, vegan options.
No,
None. Not even down to the patties. Okay.
yeah,
Snow cones. And it's like these people never went to the Caribbean before in their life because it's basic. They were giving ice
yeah.
with thing
Yeah.
on it.
The
Like
one
it
in-
wasn't even.
The one in Trinidad, they drench it till the point where it's like syrup.
It's syrup, and the ice is like crushed ice. It's actually
Yeah,
shaved
yeah,
ice.
yeah.
Whereas here it's like crushed ice that you're getting syrup
Yeah.
with. It didn't make sense. And you're paying so much money for that. You see different like water bottles. I seen like some tumblers, things that we do. I seen flags, people
Yes.
walking up and down.
Yes,
Just
And
on
that's-
flags.
I mean, and for good prices too. But
Not bad.
I thought for
$5.
$5 for a flag.
So I wonder how much they got it for.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I love to see all the different hustles.
It was very nice and encouraging, and it's like, yeah, why not do it? So next year, we see this every year, but I think we're serious this time.
Yeah,
We will have a vendor.
yeah. I wonder what our
Showcase.
vendor will be.
We do it all.
Yeah,
Not even to boast ourselves, but we really can do it
We
all.
just sell anything.
Like we can cook, we can make products. So it's just really picking a niche and doing it.
Yeah.
But we've had so many side hustles where it's not to say like it's out of the norm if we if we do want to sell it,
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that's that. Sorry. Let's see. We're going kind of
slow, sorry.
yes.
Usually she does this and she's better.
No.
So yeah, then they talk about all the options for investing. We'll just go through this quickly. Stocks. This was pretty cool for me because they talk about the different did you know there are 11 market sections?
Yeah, that I didn't know. That was interesting.
sector. Sorry, I didn't know that.
So can we quickly go
Yeah.
through them? Communication services, companies like Disney, Meta, entertainment, telecommunications, media companies that produce content and provide social media platforms. Consumer discretionary companies like Amazon, Ford that produce goods, cars, clothing, and include restaurants and hotels. Consumer staples, companies like Walmart, Procter and Gamble, they produce and sell food, drinks, and household items. Energy, that's companies like Chevron, ExxonMobil that are engaged in production of oil and gas. Do you have any? Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Financials, companies like Bank of America and JP Morgan Chase are the bank's investments and broker firms and insurance companies. Health, companies like Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer. Industrials, companies like Delta, 3M, and that manufacture construction, electrical equipment. Information technology, that's your Apple, your Microsoft. IT products, materials, companies like Sherwin-Williams and Dow that produce glass, paper, metals, and steel. I thought Sherwin and Williams was like a paint company. I didn't know that they did all of these things.
Yeah.
And lastly,
Real estate.
real estate. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory. Simon Property Group, public storage, utilities companies like Duke Energy, PSEG that produce electricity,
Electricity,
gas,
gas, and water. Yeah, I didn't know these were the actual categories, but it's crazy. I feel like for the most part, I've had owned a stock in each one of those, but I sold at some point.
That's really good.
But
Like
in every
when they say diversify your stock portfolio, I know what that means, but to see it break down like this, like
Yeah.
to have it in each, and I like that they provided examples of
Examples.
companies.
But ours, if you're looking into investing into Canadian companies, completely different.
Yeah.
Again, like it, I think that's my biggest downside with this book is obviously it's for Americans, but yeah,
well, they're American.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they're saying you can start with something small, but 500 to 1,000 can really help you diversify. And then they talk about equities. Exactly what you said. It's having stake in a company, as opposed to shares in a company, which is what stocks do. And then they talk about bonds. I didn't know about all this.
We didn't know anything. Oh, I know I didn't. So yeah, I guess is this just for America? I still don't even know.
No, we
the
have it
answer.
here.
We do have
Yeah,
bonds?
we have bonds here. You can buy bonds.
I didn't know that.
But I didn't know. I don't
How
know.
do you buy bonds?
Through the bank.
Same way you buy stocks?
Yeah, I think so. But I think this is with the broker, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So bonds, there's 3 types of bonds: corporate bonds, municipal bonds, government bonds. Oh gosh, I said bonds. Municipal bonds, government bonds, international bonds, mutual funds, which we spoke about briefly before. That was the first thing I had opened up. Then they talk about ETFs. You knew about ETFs?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know. Again, I didn't know all.
I didn't know. Yeah, they have different. What are the ETFs? There's several kinds of ETFs. So just quickly, actively managed ETFs, bond ETFs, commodity ETFs, currency ETFs, passive ETFs, sector ETFs, stock ETFs. And if you want to know more, you'd have to Google them. But yeah.
Yeah. But the passive ETFs is the only one that I've really heard about, which is where companies like S&P 500 are.
Yeah. Where you don't have to pay any mind to them. They just
invest in all the top 500 companies. And then you could also, they talk about fixed deposits. They talk about real estate. You can invest in real estate investment trusts, REITs. I had a stock in that before.
Did
in
you?
Canada, yeah.
Nice. I was looking at some in America. I never actually invested in any of them.
Because some of these ones here that I did for Canada, it's when I was trying to buy stocks that had
dividends, high dividends. Yeah. I noticed they do have.
Yes. So dividends. Yeah, and then they talk about online real estate investment platforms, rental properties, house flipping. Then they go into commodities and luxury goods. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they're basically saying even though people think it's gonna, usually it doesn't really pan out the way you'd like it to.
It doesn't, but they said it wouldn't be in your lifetime.
Yeah.
So it would be more so for generational wealth.
Yes.
Your kids would maybe be able to benefit from.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't want a vintage Chanel coat from 1960 or something like that?
And side note, our dad, anytime we go to Trinidad, doesn't he always pull out all the things he has, the vintage things he has? Have you seen it? Did he pull out the last trip for you guys?
Yeah,
the Coca-Cola.
He always, he does.
So he's convinced it's worth something.
And it probably is.
It probably is. He has a lot of different random things.
Yeah.
And hopefully he gives it to one of us.
Yeah.
To see if it's worth something.
Yeah, he does have a lot of various things.
So he's someone that could be categorized as having commodities or luxury goods. And then it talks about risk tolerance. Self-explanatory, but higher risk, higher rewards, lower risk, lower returns. That's obvious. You know what they said that I really liked? I want to read. Read this here.
If you look Looking for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know where she wanted me to start from, but it says there's no investment that will have a minimum risk with a maximum return. If you're looking for this, we suggest that you invest more time in exploring any possible trauma connected to the way you view spending and losing money. Risk tolerance quizzes and measurement tools are available online. If you find a consultant if you consult a financial advisor, we strongly advise you do not skip this step. I've never even heard of these things before reading this book. This is the best way to begin and to ensure that you're more likely to remain invested and committed.
Yeah,
If you can't afford to hire a professional or want to do a quick assessment of your tolerance level, here are some questions to ask yourself. Why do I want to invest? How close am I to retire? How quickly do I need to invest my funds? How long do I need the funds to last once I access? How long do I need the funds to last once I access them? How would I rate my investment knowledge? Low, moderate, high? What is an investment? So various questions.
Yes. No, the part that you read here
Yeah.
was the part that really was stood out to me when it said people look for low risk but high returns. And if that's something that you're looking to do, then you need to explore your traumas. I thought that was sting.
Yeah.
But yeah, the questions that they asked really help you determine your risk tolerance. And that was basically the end of that chapter. Do you know what your risk tolerance is?
No, I don't even really.
So are you like a high risk investor?
Oh, I'm
you want
like
moderate
I
risk,
think I'm moderate risk. Yeah, yeah.
conservative, like
I'm not I'm moderate. Like I'm.
So the three is
I don't-
conservative risk tolerance, an aggressive risk tolerance, or moderate.
Yes.
So you're more conservative or moderate?
Moderate. Definitely.
I would say I'm more aggressive. I want the risk, yeah, but so yeah, they're saying based on whatever you are, how to divide your investment portfolio. And so that was the end of that chapter. So next chapter is the EYL investment blueprint. That should be interesting. But yeah, overall, I think it was a.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Okay. Well, yeah, that sums
Oh,
up that
okay.
chapter.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it sounds
like
like
and
it's getting
subscribe.
nosy here. Yeah, we never say like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. Sorry in advance for all the interruptions this episode.
yeah, we'll try to be in a quiet place next one.
Yes.
All right, we're out.
Bye bye. Oh Lord.